We're sure you already know Keanu Reeves is a pretty humble guy. He has a habit of giving back, and despite having an estimated net worth of nearly $360 million, we've never seen Keanu even talk about money. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Keanu doesn't have an expensive taste for things, whether it's Harleys for the entire stunt team or his passion for Porsche. Keanu is a big spender. Keep watching this video as we tell you how Keanu Reeves spends his millions. First up, everyone gets a Harley. You can't talk about The Matrix without talking about Keanu. And when you think about it, Keanu is probably best known for his role as Neo by fans all over the world. But The Matrix team knows Keanu for his generosity and habit of giving back. The Matrix was a pretty advanced movie for its time. You had tons of things going on, mostly at the graphic end of things. And sometimes things did get a little tight, especially considering the fact that you had to spend a lot of money to make things look good on the screen. But budgets were tight and the graphics team had to take a bullet for the crew and worked much more than they were paid for. But Neo isn't only the one on screen, he's the one off screen as well. After getting paid a huge sum for his role in Matrix, Keanu won hearts by giving much of it away to the production and special effects crew. Over the entire Matrix series, it's estimated that Keanu gave away more than $100 million in bonuses to the team. That's not all. Keanu's love for the Matrix team goes even further. On one occasion, he decided to show his love to the stuntmen by gifting each of them a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. In his most recent film, John Wick, Keanu gave a Rolex Submariner to all the stuntmen who worked beside him. Honestly, thinking of a career change at this point. Afterwards, Keanu said that money is the last thing I think about. The Hollywood superstar says that he's made enough to live comfortably for the next few centuries, and that's why he gives it all back to people who make things possible. And there have been a lot of candid moments as well, like how Keanu casually slipped $20,000 to a set builder after finding out he was having financial troubles. Now obviously, $20,000 is nothing for Keanu, but it probably changed the set builder's life. Next, an expensive garage. Keanu is in love with motorcycles. He's been pictured so many times on a mean machine, just cruising through traffic in such style. He probably has one of the most expensive garages in all of Hollywood. The Canadian actor owns machines like the Ducati 996, Kawasaki Ninja ZX, and several custom motorcycles. Oh, and let's not forget the Harleys either. So when you think about it, Keanu has bikes worth several millions of dollars. But anyway, bikes have always been a hobby for Keanu. His real loyalty lies with Porsche. In an interview with Newsroom, Keanu just went on and on about his love for Porsche, especially the 911 Carrera. He pretty much owns the entire 911 series, including some classic models as well. And why wouldn't your loyalty lie with Porsche when you have an odd $300 million lying around in the bank? But still, Keanu has never bought a Porsche simply because it's an expensive car. He loves the cars for their speed and efficiency. And to imagine, this guy still takes the bus occasionally. Now we have business investments. Apart from just riding motorcycles with his glorious long hair floating in the wind, Keanu also owns a company that designs and builds motorcycles from scratch. So, Hollywood sweetheart isn't just a humble and selfless guy, he's also quite the businessman. His company, Arch Motors, currently offers 3 different models with a starting price of a whopping $78,000. We're guessing when you're Keanu Reeves and have the money to build highly modernistic and sleek motorcycles, you could also sell them for nearly 80 grand as well. Also, when you think about it, if someone had the sort of money just laying around, why wouldn't they want to buy a bike designed and built by Keanu? Not to mention that you could also ride with him for 2 days if you had $150,000 in your bank. Anyway, it's estimated that the one invested more than $5 million to get the company up and running. Apart from this, he's rumored to have invested in multiple startups and companies as well. It's difficult to tell since Keanu has never been open about his financial activities. Next, modest but luxurious living. You're probably wondering why we used modest and luxurious in the same sentence. Of course, you can live a luxurious lifestyle whilst being modest, but Keanu is really modest when it comes to his lifestyle. He gives back a lot, but the best thing we love about him is the fact that Keanu never talks about his expensive lifestyle. But that doesn't mean he lives an average life. Like most successful stars, Keanu lives in the Hollywood Hills, with his neighbors being the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio and Calvin Klein. His 5,600 square feet home is worth an estimated $9 million, coming with a swimming pool and a 3-car garage as well. And just in case Keanu feels a little too suffocated in the Hollywood Hills, he also has beach houses in Hawaii and Malibu. His Hawaii beach house is reported to be worth nearly $7 million, with a dreamy infinity pool that overlooks the beautiful city. So you could say that Keanu has more than $20 million of his hard-earned money invested in real estate. Modest, rich, and now smart. Is there anything Keanu can't do? But did you know that Keanu bought his first property at the age of 40? We're talking about a millionaire that didn't even have a house until he was 40. He just wandered around, around like a ghost in hotels and resorts. A true nomad. Next, rich at heart. Apart from being handsome, modest, rich, and smart, Keanu is extremely generous. And while he doesn't like to attach his name to the hundreds of charitable donations he's made, there are some acts of generosity that not even Keanu has been able to hide. He truly is a larger-than-life kind of person with an even larger heart. Over his career, he's easily given away over millions of dollars to charities and notable causes. One report estimated that Keanu has nearly donated more than 70% of his wealth. The fact that Keanu has had such a rough life growing up, we're guessing that that's probably the reason why he's so selfless when it comes to other people. After helping his sister battle leukemia, Keanu started a cancer charity and donated a large sum of money to get things running, $31.5 million to be precise. He's also donated to foundations like PETA, Stand Up to Cancer, and the Sick Kids Foundation. He also has a private foundation of his own, which he hasn't really talked much about. I don't like to attach my name to it. I just let the foundation do what it does. And let's not forget that time when he bought a janitor his own shop to help him turn his life around. Who does these sorts of things? He's definitely the nicest guy in Hollywood. And these are only the known donations. Keanu still prefers to keep a low profile, and much of his donations are in most cases anonymous. Keanu does not only have pockets full of cash, he's rich at heart too. Now, the truth about Keanu. So, do you really want to know the truth about Keanu? How does Keanu spend his millions? Well, the truth is, apart from his houses, cars, motorcycles, and business, Keanu isn't really a big spender. He doesn't like buying expensive things and showing off his wealth. On one occasion, Keanu was actually heard saying that money embarrasses him and that he doesn't like having more than he needs. So he's always frantically trying to get rid of it, giving it to a homeless person on the streets, paying for someone's meal, paying for everyone's bus ride. He just doesn't care about money. And when you really think about it, Keanu is easily one of the richest actors in Hollywood. Like, he has more money than Brad Pitt, or you'd have to combine the wealth of Ryan Gosling like 5 times to match Keanu's $360 million. But anyway, his random acts of kindness are where the majority of his money is spent. We're literally talking about a guy that has been pictured sitting alone on a bench in a park, enjoying a normal sandwich like a regular person. Maybe Keanu just wants to be a regular person, but his acts of kindness are what make him so special. And half of the time, when he's not giving away his money, he's spending it on traveling to mainly Malibu and Hawaii, probably to relax and stay away from the public eye. That's it from our side, folks. So what do you think? Are you impressed with how Keanu Reeves spends his millions? Is Keanu really the nicest and humblest guy in all of Hollywood? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos in the future.